Federal researchers should take small, incremental steps in studying bioterrorism products in children for it to be ethically acceptable, the Presidential Advisory Commission said. Testing of candidates, including anthrax vaccines, should start in young adults ages 18 to 25 and animals to identify and understand risks, after which researchers can gradually move on to testing in younger participants, the Presidential Commission for the Study of Bioethical Issues concluded. Initial work should pose only a minimal level of risk such as soreness from a vaccine or having blood drawn, according to the report entitled Safeguarding Children, Pediatric Medical Countermeasure Research. Health and Human Services HHS Secretary Kathleen Sebelius asked the Commission to address the ethical question of pediatric studies of medical countermeasures, which is a catch-all term for drugs and products used in response to chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear attacks. The National Biodefense Science Board had recommended starting an anthrax vaccine trial in children. This is one of the most difficult ethical decisions the Bioethics Commission has undertaken, Commission Chair Amy Gutman, Ph.D., said in a call with reporters. While the FDA and HHS outline a medical countermeasure research plan, Gutman called it very vague. A study of the impact of a bioterrorism attack on a large city like San Francisco found 8 million people would be affected, with nearly a quarter of them children, Gutman said. Anthrax vaccine adsorbed Anthrax has been in production for 40 years and given to more than 1 million adults in the military. But it has never been given to children. The monoclonal antibody Raxobacumab, which the FDA approved in December to treat inhalational anthrax, has also not been administered to children. Testing should assess the risk of countermeasures in young adults before moving to children, the Commission recommended. If the risk level for the oldest group of children is determined to be minimal, then progressive testing with younger and younger children should be employed, beginning with the oldest children in order to provide additional protection to younger children, the report said. This approach, called age de-escalation, would help to ensure that data from an older age group inform the research design and risk level for the next younger age group. The age de-escalation method is a fairly common method in childhood vaccine trials. When it is impossible to design a study exposing children to minimal risks, researchers should look at options that pose no more than a minor increase over minimal risk, a level that presents no substantial threat to a child's health, the Commission stated. Anytime you ask children to take on more than minimal risk for an event where they don't stand to benefit is an extraordinary event, Christine Grady, RN, Ph.D., Commission member and chair of bioethics at the NIH Clinical Center, said. Research in children is distinct from adults. Children are unable to reasonably understand the risks to partaking in scientific trials. Also, no child today is suffering from inhalational anthrax. The recommendations distinguish between research during and before bioterrorism attacks, the latter of which has a higher barrier. When asked if the recommendations make pediatric research nearly impossible before an actual event, Gutman said that wasn't the Commission's intent. They do strongly recommend planning work to take place during an event should it occur and have research protocols in place and ready to use. We believe this is an excellent general framework to use, and there hasn't been a framework as specific as this, she said. Gutman called a potential vaccine trial a three-legged stool consisting of security, science, and ethics. The Commission only examined the latter leg of the stool. The safety of our children is paramount, and we have to get this right, Gutman said.